Escobar's ruthlessness extended to innocent civilians as well. In his quest for control, he ordered the bombings of public places, including shopping centers, airplanes, and government buildings. These acts of terror not only caused immense loss of life, but also instilled fear and chaos in Colombian society. The Colombian government, law enforcement, and judiciary were not spared from Escobar's wrath. Judges, politicians, and police officers who dared to challenge him faced grave consequences. The term plata o plomo, silver or lead, became synonymous with his approach, offering the choice of bribery or death to those who stood in his way. As the noose tightened around Escobar, the Colombian government and international law enforcement agencies intensified their efforts to bring him to justice. The hunt for the notorious drug lord culminated in a massive manhunt, with Escobar eluding capture time and time again. The country became a battleground as authorities and cartels clashed in a deadly struggle for control. The pursuit of justice, as the body count rose and the world's attention turned to the horrors unleashed by Escobar, governments and law enforcement agencies mobilized to bring him down. Task forces, international collaborations, and relentless pursuit sought to dismantle his empire and bring him to justice. The manhunt became a global obsession. The fall of a drug lord. After years of evading capture and with his empire crumbling, Pablo Escobar found himself cornered by relentless forces determined to bring him down. Pressure mounted from all sides as the net closed in on the drug lord, and his once untouchable kingdom began to crumble. On December 2, 1993, a dramatic and violent end awaited Escobar. Surrounded by enemies and with the law closing in, he met his fate in a rooftop shootout in his hometown of Medellin, Colombia. The once feared kingpin, known as the King of Cocaine, was brought down by a combination of determined law enforcement, international cooperation, and the weight of his own criminal deeds. The news of Escobar's death reverberated across the globe, marking the end of an era marred by violence, corruption, and narcoterrorism. His demise left a void in the criminal underworld, but it also signified a significant victory in the ongoing battle against drug cartels and organized crime. However, Escobar's legacy and the scars of his reign would continue to haunt Colombia and the world. The impact of his criminal activities, the violence unleashed in his pursuit of power, and the deep-rooted corruption that permeated society would take years, if not decades, to heal. The drug lord's empire, Pablo Escobar's reign of narcoterrorism, is a captivating video that delves into the life and crimes of one of the most notorious drug lords in history, Pablo Escobar. From his humble beginnings to his rise as a powerful kingpin, the video explores the immense wealth and influence he amassed through the illegal drug trade. It sheds light on the brutal tactics employed by Escobar and his ruthless cartel, leaving a trail of violence and terror in their wake. The video also examines the relentless pursuit of justice by law enforcement agencies and the tireless efforts to bring down Escobar's criminal empire. Ultimately, the story concludes with Escobar's violent demise, marking the end of an era but leaving behind a legacy that continues to impact society. In the dark underbelly of the drug trade, one name loomed large, striking fear into the hearts of many: Pablo Escobar. This is the story of his empire, a tale of power, wealth, and unimaginable violence. The rise of a kingpin. In the poverty-stricken streets of Medellin, Colombia, a young Pablo Escobar had dreams of a better life. He started small, dealing in petty crimes and illicit activities. But his ambitions knew no bounds. With a shrewd mind and ruthless determination, Escobar seized control of the cocaine trade, building an empire that would make him one of the richest and most feared men in the world. In the poverty-stricken neighborhoods of Medellin, Colombia, a young and ambitious Pablo Escobar embarked on a path that would forever alter the drug trade. Born into a humble family, Escobar recognized the lucrative opportunities that lay within the burgeoning cocaine market. During the 1970s, Escobar began his ascent, starting as a small-time smuggler and distributor. He quickly realized the enormous profits that could be made by controlling the entire supply chain. With meticulous planning and a ruthless mindset, he established strategic partnerships with Colombian farmers, setting up cocaine production labs in remote areas. Acting as the linchpin between South American suppliers and North American consumers, Escobar transformed himself into a key figure within the international drug trade. He utilized innovative smuggling methods, including hidden compartments in cars and even airplanes, to transport vast quantities of cocaine across borders undetected. Escobar's business acumen, combined with his willingness to resort to violence, allowed him to rapidly expand his empire. He built a loyal network of trusted associates and enforcers, known as the Medellin Cartel, who ensured the smooth operation of his criminal enterprise. As his wealth and power grew, so did his influence over Colombian society. Escobar strategically positioned himself as a Robin Hood figure, providing resources and support to impoverished communities. This public image helped him gain support and loyalty from the people, effectively shielding him from law enforcement. However, behind the facade of a benefactor, Escobar's reign was marked by brutality and terror. He unleashed a wave of violence upon his rivals, law enforcement, and anyone who dared to oppose him. Bombings, assassinations, and kidnappings became common tactics in his bid to maintain control and protect his empire. The Kingdom of Cocaine. Escobar's empire thrived as his influence extended across borders. Cocaine flowed like a river, fueling addiction and corruption wherever it touched. He built an intricate network of smugglers, hitmen, and corrupt officials to protect his interests. With unimaginable wealth at his disposal, Escobar lived a life of opulence, surrounded by luxury and excess. With his power firmly established, Pablo Escobar transformed his criminal enterprise into a full-fledged empire. The Medellin Cartel, under his command, controlled a vast network of production, distribution, and money laundering operations, making them the dominant force in the global cocaine trade. Escobar's vision extended beyond mere drug trafficking. He sought to consolidate his power by infiltrating all aspects of Colombian society, including politics, law enforcement, and even the judiciary. Through bribes, intimidation, and manipulation, he corrupted government officials, ensuring his impunity and protecting his illicit activities. To solidify his control, Escobar strategically utilized violence as a means of sending a chilling message to his enemies and the Colombian government. His ruthlessness knew no bounds, as he orchestrated countless assassinations, bombings, and acts of terror to maintain his grip on power. But it wasn't just the violence that defined Escobar's empire. He employed a sophisticated system of money laundering, creating a network of front companies and offshore accounts to legitimize his ill-gotten gains. His wealth was legendary, with estimates placing his net worth in the billions of dollars. Escobar's influence extended far beyond the drug trade, as he invested heavily in real estate, businesses, and even Colombian soccer clubs. Reign of terror. But with power came consequences. Escobar's reign of narcoterrorism left a trail of bloodshed and destruction. He waged war against governments, law enforcement, and rival cartels, stopping at nothing to maintain his control. Bombings, assassinations, and kidnappings became common tactics in his ruthless pursuit of power. As Pablo Escobar's empire grew, so did the reign of terror that accompanied it. With a vast network of loyal sicarios, hitmen, at his disposal, Escobar unleashed a wave of violence upon Colombia. His enemies, both real and perceived, faced brutal executions, bombings, and kidnappings. The streets ran red with blood as he sought to eliminate anyone who posed a threat to his power.